Hey guys, another day, another do-it-yourself video. Today we're going to do a compression test on a 2012 GLK 350 M272 engine, going by the book as much as possible here. And to get started, let's switch off the ignition. Let's remove these two air hoses, remove the top cover and then the air filter housing, and after that we'll cover each step. Okay, we got all that removed. Now it's time to remove all the ignition coils. First, we're gonna unplug them all, and that requires using your thumbnail, pulling back on this white tab piece, and you'll hear it click, and then you can press down here, and as you can see, the other end is lifting off the tab. You do want to be careful here, and then pull out the connector, all 6 of them. And then with a T30 Torx, we're gonna remove all 12 of the bolts and then pull them up and out of here. All right, all the coils are removed. Now it's time to remove the spark plugs. Each cylinder, of course, 5/8. And on installation, let's lube these up with anti-seize before we fit them back in there. All right, spark plugs removed. Now we're gonna remove the starter relay. First, we're gonna remove this box lid. Like so. And this is the starter relay. Let's pull that up and out. Okay, that's removed. Now it's time to plug one of the electrical lines into terminal 87, not 87A, which out of the 5 pins here is the one closest to the rear of the vehicle. And here's how I did it. I took apart an old cheap fuse, and I'm gonna use one of these like so, plug it into the back here. Don't get it mixed up or you can cause a short circuit. All right, and then we connected one end of our remote starter switch to the top part of that fuse pin sticking out, and the other end to this terminal 30 jumping point here. All right, that's done. Before we get started, Mercedes wants us to crank the engine for 5 seconds to eliminate any leftover compression in the cylinders. Okay, we plugged one end into the first cylinder. I'm holding it like this so we can see the results. And now we're gonna crank the engine until the increase in pressure is no longer indicated on this pressure recorder here. Okay, so I'm gonna leave it at about there. And so we'll record these on each cylinder and then we'll compare the results later. 165, press the button, release the pressure. 165 for cylinder 2, try cylinder 3. And so here's a full rundown of each engine, the compression pressure installation tolerance or new value, but most likely what we're looking for here is the permissible difference between individual cylinders. And of course you have your wear limit or limit value there. Hope that helps. We're all done. Congratulations.